Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. Kaylee's got some pertinent health news for us. Kaylee?
That's right. A group of scientists in New York have teamed up with the government to come up with a treatment for the novel coronavirus. Here's a look inside the research lab in Tarrytown for a close-up of their work in progress. You can call them heroes in lab coats.
We have a lot of technologies and we have a lot of know-how.
Here's a look inside the lab at Regeneron Pharmaceuticals in Tarrytown. These scientists, who have already been at the forefront of treatments for diseases like Ebola and MERS, are now commissioned to tackle a deadly virus that, according to the World Health Organization, has already infected tens of thousands of people across dozens of countries.
These are as effective against the coronavirus as the antibodies against the Ebola virus.
Christos Kyratsous is leading those scientists in finding brand new antibodies for the novel coronavirus through rapid response technologies. In fact, at the height of the Ebola outbreak in 2015, Kyratsous says it took his team only 6 months to develop one of the most successful treatments for that disease, a promising accomplishment as coronavirus creeps into the U.S.
The process we are using to make antibodies is utilizing these humanized mice that Regeneron developed about 15-20 years ago.
The scientists here at Regeneron have been working around the clock literally since the beginning of the year, weekends and holidays, working on that viral DNA. And once they take that viral DNA and inject it into those mice, they'll produce hundreds of thousands of antibodies. And then comes the waiting game to find out which of those antibodies respond to coronavirus.
They are basically making antibodies that are indistinguishable from antibodies that humans, you or I, would make.
It could take some time, but here at Regeneron, they'll keep testing. A team of researchers, once again, on the cutting edge of saving lives.
And we are hoping that we can put everything together and be able to respond to this as fast as possible and as efficiently as possible. So hopefully we're going to be able to do that.
Officials say the rate of infection in regards to this coronavirus we're talking about, it's called officially COVID-19. It's declining, the infection rates are. But that death toll continues to climb, eclipsing 2,000.
Can you imagine how scary it would be to live in China, honestly?
Yep.
Can I ask a really stupid question because I don't know the answer?
Yeah, okay.
It's like, it seems to me that when you hear of these, like you say, through the 2000s, when you hear of these new viruses coming up, it's always in some foreign land. What causes it in this foreign land to then start? And I just don't understand, always like, well, in China, or in Japan, or in Russia, it starts somewhere.
My guess would just be mutating genes.
That's crazy, but you don't hear about it starting in Oklahoma.
Oh,
do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's never
Exactly.
like, well, this new virus strain got started in Oklahoma or something. You know what I'm saying? It's fascinating to me how it even starts.
It is. And I shouldn't say, because I don't know if this guy knew, but a nurse that I met the other day said it came from animals. I think it's what he said. And he said it's like a regular virus, only we don't have the medicine for it. That's why it's so deadly, because we don't have what we need to cure it. But it's like a flu, but it's just something we don't know how to handle.
Yeah, this coronavirus, like I said, it's officially, this one that we're talking about, this deadly one, is officially called COVID-19. There's 4 other coronaviruses. Some have been derived from bats, so it's not surprising that someone would assume that it comes from animals. But the CDC says there have been no cases in animals that they have found.
Okay.
You know, I was listening to, Daybreak, Color 10 News, and Ozarks Fox News was doing a story on it, and they were saying, they haven't had any kind of delay on the Olympics in Japan coming up in the summer. So I asked the dumb question, I thought it was a dumb question, like, well, if the flu is only during flu season, why would it be still going on in July?
Right. And
because you would think it would be done by then.
Yeah, the CDC is looking into that too. They don't know if temperature is a factor in, spreading this virus quicker.
Okay.
That's so strange.
They've really, I think, done a pretty good job in quarantining people who they think have been exposed to the virus, and especially those that are coming back into the U.S.
Yeah. On regards to that, passengers began leaving a boat docked at a Japanese port. They were quarantined for 14 days there. They were just released yesterday. Those that are looking to go back into the U.S. are going to be quarantined for another 14 days just to make sure that there's nothing.
I think
nothing
that's
coming
great.
over.
No, it's
Better safe.
Yeah. Do you know if they are allowed to have TVs so they can watch Ozarks Fox AM while they're quarantined?
I don't see why not. I don't think that would be a problem.
Let's just isolate them and make sure
make
that
sure
they
they
have to watch
watch.
it. Yes.
You have to watch
And you know,
Ozarks
some
5 a.m.
people were concerned a few weeks ago, that packages from China would be infected. But the CDC says that that's not very likely.
All right. Thanks, Kaylee.
Thank you, Kaylee.
And coming up, Sean Paul with Inching Journal has another Fact versus Fiction on the coronavirus coming up. So.